Good morning, all, and welcome to the second coffee stream. I am Blind Press. Today we're going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit of a choppy one because my little boy Logan is home sick. So I've got to pay attention to him a little bit, but I figured I would still stream for you guys. And let's just quickly make sure that this pauses. Pause. We don't need to hear two of me. So we've got some housekeeping business to take care of before we start with news and all that fun stuff. And that is, I would like to thank the first two patrons to join the Blind Press Patreon campaign. Ben E. Factor, I love that name, by the way. That's a great way to keep yourself anonymous. For the $2 pledge, that's greatly appreciated. And Ghost Dog 9.99 for the $1 pledge. Amazing. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps. Also, thank you to Zach Lawn B for the $10 Streamlabs donation with the message, "This is a commendable goal. Hope this little bit helps." It does help quite a lot. Thank you so much. And David, and I'm not going to use your last name because I don't want to dox you. Thank you for the $10 PayPal donation. If you want to do a PayPal or Streamlabs, you can do them in the same place at streamlabs.com/blindpress, which is in the description and also in the chat. Hello, Stargazer. How are you? I'm hoping you're well. With that fun housekeeping business out of the way. Oh, and thank you to everyone who helped me go from 40 subs on Monday at the start of the first coffee stream to 70 today. That is huge. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Please tell your friends about this channel. Share. Send the streams and videos to your friends. You guys are helping me out so much by doing this, and you're helping me make it possible to bring in a little bit of money to help my family, so that I'm not just lounging around on disability forever, because that's not the message I want to send to my kids. So with that out of the way, let's jump into the wonderful world of news. I've got a few articles today. We're going to cover a couple of Canadian stories. And I've got an opinion piece, a couple of opinion pieces that I'd like to discuss. The first one we're going to cover has to do with 9/11, just because of the fact that 9/11 was yesterday. And I saw the most ridiculous opinion that I think I've ever seen ever. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's see here. Oh, that's the next opinion piece that I wanted. Here we go. Here's the one I was looking for. So once again, to the people who are new, we are going to have the screen reader read the news, and I will repeat some of the cogent points. Hopefully it's not going too fast for you guys. This is... All right, here we go.
Level 3, Scarborough. Trump a far graver threat to the idea of America than 9/11 attack. You are
Trump a far graver threat than a 9/11 attack. Yeah, okay.
Link, Colby Hall. September 11th, 2018, 6:34 am. Link, 6349. Twitter FB, check link, image, frame. 9/11 is always a somber day for reflection, especially for those in New York on that fateful day. And on this tough day, Joe Scarborough penned a column for the Washington Post in which the former GOP congressman turned cable news host took an unsparing view of America's international image and pointed a harsh finger at President Donald Trump. You are currently on a text element inside of webcom. Link column. Link column is best summed up by its headline: Trump is harming the dream of America more than any foreign adversary ever could, and walks through a series of foreign diplomacy missteps made by past presidential administrations before sticking the landing. You are current for those of us still believing that Islamic extremists hate America because of the freedoms we guarantee to all people. The gravest threat Trump poses to our national security is the damage done daily to America's image. As the New York Times' Roger Cohen Link wrote, the month after Trump's election, America is an idea. Strip freedom, human rights, democracy, and the rule of law from what the United States represents to the world, and America itself is gutted. Block quote level 1.
How is Trump stripping American rights? How? There are there are elections going on right now in the States after his election. I'm pretty sure that's a right that you guys have in America, is it not? The right to vote for whoever the hell you want? Let's see, what else? What else is he not taking away from? Oh, that's right. The freedom to protest. Freaking Antifa. Antifa still has the right to fucking protest, even though they've been labeled a terrorist group. And you're gonna say that Trump is taking the rights away from Americans and the freedom away from America? Okay.
Advertisement. Party ad content. It came as no surprise. He then listed. Watch the clip. He then listed a number of. It came as no surprise to see this morning's show open with a discussion of 9/11.
Here, let's fix this.
It came as no surprise to see this morning's show open with a discussion of 9/11. Trump in this column. Since cable news seems to bring out the hyperbole in everyone when prompted, Scarborough appeared to go a bit further than the print version. America is an idea, he said. Betting you cut America of an idea, that is when you do the most harm. You are currently on it. He then listed a number of subjects considered to be black marks against the Trump administration before comparing it to the attack on 9/11. We became stronger because of that, referencing the attack on the Twin Towers. But in Scarborough's esteem, Trump's attack on the idea of America seems to be a far graver threat. You are currently on a text element. Watch the clip above courtesy of MSNBC.
Oh, there's a video? Should we watch the video? Should we watch the video? Let's try and find the video.
Trick nobody talks about life daily.
Let's find the video. Let's find this video clip. Let's see what this person has to say. Where is it here? Come on, let's find this video clip. I want to hear the hyperbole. I want to hear the hyperbole. But it's getting through all these ads. This is the freaking, I hate this. You guys can just quickly scroll down. I just have to freaking, This is from Media ID, by the way. Okay, here we go.
Press start playback button. Loading.
The brain of a toddler. It's a
and an ad, of course. Let's. There we go.
It looks at the gravity of the situation from 20,000 feet. It echoes some things my father was telling me before he passed away. You write in part this: Trump is harming the dream of America more than any foreign adversary ever could, in which he charts the course from Bush to Obama to Trump. This is your writing, Joe. This is describing your column. And a country that went from a huge surplus to racking up unparalleled deficits while squandering moral leadership.
During
here's
Obama
16
and Bush.
years of strategic missteps have been followed by the maniacal moves of a man who has savaged America's vital alliances, provided comfort to hostile foreign powers, attacked our intelligence and military communities, and lent a sympathetic ear to neo-Nazis and white supremacists across the globe.
Frame. 9/11 is always a somber.
that
You are currently
Islamic extremists hate America because of the freedoms we guarantee to all people. The gravest threat Trump poses to our national security is the damage done daily to America's image.
Wow.
As the New York Times' Roger Cohen wrote the month after Trump's election, America is an idea. Strict freedom, human rights, democracy, and the rule of law
Okay, why are you
from what the
reading
United
this
States
article that I
represents to the
just
world,
read?
and
I thought
America
this was a video
itself
reaction.
is gutted. Osama bin Laden was killed by SEAL Team 6 before he accomplished that goal. Other tyrants who tried to do the
Bullshit.
same were consigned to the ash heap of history. The question for voters this fall is whether their country will move beyond this troubled chapter in history, or whether they will continue supporting a politician who has done more damage, and listen to this, more damage to the dream of America than any foreign adversary ever could. Couldn't agree more, Joe.
So
Oh.
close all windows.
Oh.
Visited link image. Visited link HTTP.
Oh. Oh, fuck yourself. Seriously. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hello, Jesse the Fennec Fox. This is wow. First of all, that was a waste of video clip. Wait, let's see if he's got more dangerous than any foreign adversary ever could be. All of the things that were mentioned in that clip were done during Bush and Obama, not Trump. This is narcissism at its finest. Freaking gaslight the crap out of everybody and then stick the new person with all of the shit that went down in the last 16 years. Sorry, that's the baby. Yeah, I think you're right, Stargazer. They're totally confusing Obama with Trump. Totally this is wow. Holy crap. Do they really think that Trump, and I want to make this perfectly clear. I don't like Trump. I think that he says a lot of dumb shit and he uses Twitter a little bit too frivolously for a president of a country. But you know what? He was democratically voted in. And he is keeping his campaign promises. And the only one he hasn't kept, he's trying to keep. It's not like he's like, fuck that wall. No, he's trying to build that wall. Whether you like him or not, he's trying to do what he said he was going to do. And all of the other campaign promises he has kept. And honestly, I think this is really throwing people for a loop because politicians generally don't do that. So now they have all of this horrible shit that Obama and Bush freaking did. And they're like, well, shit. Who do we blame for all of this? Things are like these things are being kept, these promises are being kept, and what are we gonna do? We have lots of problems in this nation, and this guy's trying to fix it, but we don't like this guy. So what are we gonna do? Oh, let's lay all these problems at his feet. It's like unbelievable. And then to say that he is more dangerous than a foreign adversary who flew 3 planes into freaking major American buildings that were part of world trade and defense, but that's not as big of a threat to America as Donald Trump trying to keep his campaign promises, control immigration. That doesn't compute with me. Hello, Pincalo. It's okay, Zach Lumby, you're not that late. You did miss your thanking your thank you though, so I will say thank you again for the donation. That was amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, this kind of broke my brain when I read it, and it's for the first time. I knew I had to talk about it on the coffee stream because I don't understand how these people can live in such a state of constant hyperbole. I just don't understand. I really, really don't. I really don't get it. I'm gonna run really fast to the living room and put on a second cartoon for my kid. I am gonna be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Where did I put that remote? Did I put it somewhere where I could find it easily? Of course not. Oh, here it is. There you go, Logan Bear. I love you. I'm back. Okay. So yes, this broke my brain. It really did. Oh, hello, Vamp. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Vamp. So, now we're gonna do another opinion piece, and this is a hard one. This is about the Dallas policewoman who shot and killed somebody in their own home, and her story is that she thought it was her apartment that she was coming into. And they do have a couple of links to updated stories. So we're gonna take a look at those as well. As soon as I can get through all of these goddamn links. Okay, here we go. This title is called The Worst Police Shooting Yet. And the reason I want to look at this opinion piece is because I want to look at this because there's a lot of her story is very it's changing a lot, but the way that this opinion piece is framed is still in the evil cop vein. So I want to take a look at it and see what you guys think, because things like this do need to be spoken about. But I think this article is still very heavily biased toward the all cops are bad, and this cop is proving my point bent. And I just want to show you what I'm talking about here.
Heading level 1, the worst police shooting yet. Bye. Menu pop-up link. September 11, 2018. End of navigation. Link. Share on Facebook. Link. Visit it. Link. End of Amber Guiger in a booking photo provided by the Kaufman County Sheriff's Office. September 10. Amber Guiger in a booking photo provided. End of Amber Guiger's killing of Botham Shemjean is an unspeakable tragedy. It also highlights the need for officers like Guiger to face impartial justice. Hi. He is hard to think of a more tragic, more senseless shooting in America than the killing last week of Botham Shemjean, a young black risk assurance associate at Pursuiter House Coopers, and a member of Dallas West Church of Christ. You are currently on.
Okay, I know you're trying to give him a picture of his life, but
the text element.
I know that you're trying to give a picture of who he is, but you always got to throw in he was a Christian. I don't know why they got to do that. Anyway.
This is what we know so far. Gene was home alone in his apartment in the Southside Flats complex in Dallas when police officer Amber Guiger entered and shot him dead. The precise chain of events is somewhat disputed. The link. Affidavit supporting Guiger's arrest warrant. States that she believed she was entering her own apartment, which was directly below Jean's and laid out almost identically. When she placed her key in the lock, the door pushed open. The apartment was dark. She saw a large silhouette across the room, and she believed she was facing a burglar. She drew her firearm and gave verbal commands, which she claims Jean ignored. She fired twice, and only then, she says, entered the apartment, called 911, turned on the lights, and realized she'd made a terrible mistake. You are currently on a text element. These statements, however, link, don't square with other testimony. One witness reported hearing a woman yelling, let me in, before the gunshots and a man's voice saying, oh my God, why did you do that, after them? You are, aside from the horrific details of the shooting itself, there are already troubling indications that Guidger's identity as a police officer is providing her with actual, undeserved advantages in the prosecution of this case. You are current first. Police sources are link, reportedly indicating that Guidger may actually try to raise the fact that Jean didn't obey her commands as a defense. It's not a defense. The moment she opened the door to an apartment that wasn't her own, she wasn't operating as a police officer clothed with the authority of the law. She was instead a criminal. She was breaking into another person's home. She was an armed home invader, and the person clothed with the authority of law to defend himself was Botham Shem Jean. You are
okay. Now, I'm gonna stop right here for a minute and say this is what I mean by the all cops are bad angle. If you do believe that you are trying to enter your own home, and you believe that someone is in your home, and you are trained with law enforcement techniques, wouldn't that mean that you think that you are trying to do? It's not on speed, Gun Fox. It's actually at about 60% speed. And you're gonna hate me. I can't find the slowdown feature. That's my screen reader you're listening to, Gun Fox. So I don't know if this is actually
which brings us to the second
something that is true. But wouldn't it give a law enforcement agent, like if they thought they were coming into their own home, wouldn't that be a defense? Would that not be a valid defense? I wish I had somebody who had some. It is kind of fast, Gun Fox. You should hear my phone. I should turn up my phone a little bit because my phone's at 85 speaking rate. My computer's at 60. Pincalo, are you busy right now? Do you have any input on the law enforcement angle of this story? Do you want me to call you in on this? I'm just waiting for Pincalo to answer me in chat. If you can answer me in chat. Yeah, that's the true Gun Fox. If that wasn't her apartment, how did her key work? The only way that would be is if he had the door unlocked. Let's quickly finish the story and we'll see.
Which brings us to the second troubling element of the story. So far, Guidger is link, only charged with manslaughter. But all the available evidence indicates that she intentionally shot Jean. This wasn't a warning shot gone awry. The pistol didn't discharge during a struggle. She committed a crime by forcing open Jean's door, deliberately took aim, and killed him.
Okay, no. No. At most, I would say second-degree murder. But this author is trying to make it sound like she got to that door and went, "This is not my apartment. There is a black man inside. I want him dead. Mwahaha. Bang, bang." You know what I mean? That is what this is coming across as. At most, I think if they decide not to charge her with manslaughter, they may go for second-degree murder. But I do not think that this was premeditated. And this is what this author is trying to make it sound like, that she planned on shooting this black man in his home.
Link. Texas law defines murder quite simply as intentionally or knowingly cause, the death of an individual. Manslaughter, by contrast, occurs when a person recklessly causes death. Guidger's warning and her deliberate aim scream intent. She may have recklessly gone to the wrong apartment, but she very intentionally killed Jean. There is a chance that the grand jury will increase the charge to murder, so the early manslaughter charge is tentative. But I ask you, if Jean had mistakenly gone to Guidger's apartment and then gunned her down in cold blood after demanding that she follow his commands, would he face a manslaughter charge? You are currently on.
He may. Again, it would probably be pulled up, sent up to second-degree murder, but like this author's acting as though they made the manslaughter charge and that's the only charge she's gonna get because she's a cop, and like it's almost like he's paying lip service to the fact that the charge may increase, but it's like he almost wants them to keep it at manslaughter so he can bitch that this cop is getting better treatment. Pincalo, do you want on? Yeah, do you want on, Pincalo? Let me try and get you the link.
Finally, it's troubling.
Here, I'm gonna plug my headphones back in so that I can. Yes, Gun Fox. Murder would probably be a hard sell. And civilly, absolutely, she's screwed. Tort law is not based on beyond reasonable doubt. It is based on more likely than not is what tort law is based on. And this definitely. Okay, let's give it a try, Pincalo. Let's give it a try. Look for the invite, okay? I'm hitting the invite people, and then I'm gonna. I just posted you the invitation. You might get a notification on your phone. I don't know how that works. Holy shit, you played Eve, Gun Fox? That's awesome. That is so fucking cool, Gun Fox. That is really cool. Yeah. Unpause. Why did you unpause? Pincalo, did you get that invite, or should I just send it to your Twitter? Well, while we're waiting for Pincalo to answer and or get on here, this there he is.
Am I
there
alive?
you are.
Ah, crap. Is it echoing?
Slightly.
Oh, shit. How about now?
Echo, no.
Okay, good. I went to my headset. Yeah, I don't like this story. This story annoys me. Because I'm with Donut. Donut doesn't have all the facts. Nobody has all the facts. She was coming on a 15-hour shift. The apartment, the whole thing was the doormat was different, and the sign on the door was different, like the number. That was it, and the apartment was right above. We had that problem when we lived on that one apartment. They looked, every floor was the exact same. The doors were the same color. The only difference was the number. I had that happen a couple times. I walked into the apartment upstairs. So it does happen. Now, What I'm saying is there needs to be a rule in place where after a certain amount of overtime, like 12 hours, 13 hours, if the officers, once the officer is off their shift, they have to report their service person. They have to report their service weapon primarily, because judgment is impaired at that point to where you can't think clearly. That's what this is. It is a manslaughter charge. She's going to be charged. That's all there is to it.
Yes.
People are going to hate me. Don't care. I can't read chat. Sorry, Gunfox. And yes, Gunfox, I think you were the ones that did that to us back in 2012.
Yep.
They weren't my carriers. I don't give a shit.
They were, no, we never had carriers. We never got that far.
Now, now we did have a friend who had a tendency to bring carriers in, and he did lose a couple carriers. But yeah, but back to the article. No, there's the like I said, the POC. There we go. Yes, we'll call it that. The POC, the people of colored side of Twitter, seems to have this whole, it was intentional because she's a cop. But the logical side, if you look at it, is she was overtired. She walked into the wrong apartment. She had her gun on her, which was a bad idea in the first place. She should have had proper judgment in that case, and her sergeant should have had proper judgment in that case. I don't care if there's officers out there, they're going to lynch me for saying this. After a certain point, you can't focus. The commands, she might have been slurring when she was giving the commands. Nobody else was there except her and him. So it's her word against the dead man's. That's all that these people have. So she could have been, it could have been that way. Everybody's done that when they're tired.
Yeah.
So unintelligible speech could be the issue, but I'm going with she was just tired. She saw someone. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't remember. Where was this? What city was this? Anybody remember? Dallas. Was it Dallas?
Yeah.
Or Houston? Yeah, okay.
Dallas.
So it was Dallas. Okay. Well, ask people in Texas. Dallas probably isn't a nice place at night. And so statistically, yeah, unfortunately, that's going to happen. And until we can come up with proper ways to do, like, until society comes up with a way of properly exactly identifying exactly the intent of a person, these shit is going to happen. This is going to happen. It was a key card, too. It wasn't an actual key. From what I read, it was a key card. So like a hotel slide key. Oh, God. And if you've ever used, like when I worked at the hotel, we had this problem. If the door gets any dirt in the where the little thing that sticks out in the door, that hatch thingy, the latch.
Yeah. If
there's any dirt in there, that'll stick, and the door actually won't close. If the auto closing hinges on the door, for instance, aren't tightened properly, the door won't have enough force to auto close.
Yeah.
So we're at an apartment building with a key card system that the door didn't close 100%. Right there is a major problem. Anybody could have walked into that guy's apartment. But her being right below, or even if it was right above, that's a common mistake. There's my opinion on it. I'm probably going to get lynched. I don't give a shit.
No, a lot of people are saying you're right. Hey, Churchy and Sir Adamantine, how are you guys?
Hey, guys. But that's the whole thing. That's all I'm saying is you can't. The way that this one goes is this one's going to be, people are going to use this, but they're using it for they're using the wrong example of looking at it, and that's the problem with all of this race baiting bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like those kids yesterday at the playground. That one, that was, it's the same thing. That one kid had it right. She had it perfect when she said, "We all just need to treat each other right."
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's it. Enough said. Nothing else needs to be said. And that was coming from like a 7th grader.
Yeah.
Yelling at some SJW child who's an 8th grader who's like, "This school is blah, blah, blah. This school does this. They only get these teachers that only promote nothing but this." But yeah, misogyny. You actually use the word misogyny. That bothered me. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so there's my opinion on the subject. And you got me on, so we're good. I'm just sitting in a parking lot by a realtor waiting to go to Windsor.
Oh, God.
If I go, and I don't think I'm going to go now, so. So continue if you want. Do you want me to stick around or do you want me to run away?
Well, the next story I've got is about, did you hear about the Hamilton paramedics who got fired from their job because of the Muslim guy who was shot back in December?
Yeah, and that's just another situation just like this. Everybody should be in shit for that. Enough said. There should never. It's just like the cop that the nurses turned their backs on in that shootout. Same thing. That nurse should be fired. There's no medical. You take an oath. That's it. If you want to work in medical, you want to be a paramedic, your job is to save people. Doesn't matter what they fucking did. If it's a bank robber that killed 20 people, you save them until they go to trial, and then they get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's how it works. That's how our society is supposed to work. That is how humanity is supposed to work. And the rest of this shit, again, it's just, let's just treat each other right. But I'm going to get off because I'm having trouble breathing right now. That stair fall really hurt.
All right. Well, thanks for coming and giving that opinion on the law enforcement thing. I knew that you probably would have.
Well, you enjoy. Everyone have a great show. I'll be in the comment section.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Hello, RAC. How are you? And we've got one more story from the great land of Candinadia, as I like to say. And it's a poisoning story, hence the part of the title. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Police arrest second man in connection with car dealership poisoning. Because, you know, that's what you totally do with your coworkers at your car dealership. You poison them. Totally something that you would do. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, getting all through all of these crazy. This is hard, getting through all of these things. Where is it? Where is it? I've lost the heading. Oh. There we go. Haha. Okay. We found it. All right.
Heading level 1. Police arrest second man in connection with alleged car dealership poisoning. You are video player group. Start playback button. End of video link. Car dealership worker accused in poisoning plot. Link. Image JPG. Secure 384. Security camera footage allegedly show 2 employees pouring something into a water bottle. You are currently on a text 384. The Canadian Press. Published Tuesday, September 11, 2018, 9:00 a.m. Toronto. Police say they have arrested a second man who allegedly filled a colleague's water bottle with engine coolant at a BMW dealership. You are.
First of all, why? Why would you do that? Second of all, doesn't engine coolant have a smell? We were in perfect question, Aries C. As soon as I cover this story, I'm going to answer it for you because I do plan on doing more question time for the new subs. So hold that thought. I will answer the streaming question for you. All right, so you guys are saying that it does have a taste and it might have a slight smell. So yeah.
Toronto police say they charged a 20-year-old man with attempted murder after he was arrested on an unrelated matter in Belleville on Friday. Last week, police say a dealership employee took a Toronto police. Last week, police say a dealership employee took a sip from his bottle and realized it wasn't water. You are currently on a text element.
Yeah, maybe it's because I can't see, but I've just wondered, like, wouldn't people smell something was off about their water before they took a sip? I don't know. Like, I'm not blaming the dude for drinking engine coolant. That's, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to get that out there right now. I'm not blaming him for drinking it, and he only drank a sip. Like, I don't know why people think that this is, like, if he thought it was a joke or if he was being like, actually wanted to kill him. I don't know.
Heading level 2. Related stories. Link. Man arrested for.
That's it?
Heading last week. Police say a dealership employee took a sip from his
Oh,
bottle
that's the only, that's it. It's just this short little thing. Oh, okay. So some nut job who's 20 years old thought it would be funny to pour engine coolant in a coworker's water bottle. Fucking special people. That's special right there. That's all I have to say. That is some special shit right there. Oh, hold, please. The child needs assistance. What's the matter, child? What's wrong, Logan Bear? You want a piece of cheese? You want to come sit? You want to sit in the kitchen with Mommy while she screams? I'll get a piece of cheese for you. Okay. Yes, cheese. Why are your pants wet? Did you find water? Did you find water? Here. Mommy will cut you up a piece of cheese, okay? Can you say hi, Logan? Can you say hi? Hi. Good job. Hi. That's the 16-month-old. He's homesick. Here you go, buddy. Cheese. Oh dear, I've dropped the cheese wrapper in the sink. There we go. All good now. All right. Okay, now that he's got some food. Oh, everyone's saying hi to Logan. So let's do some quick questions. Aries was asking how I stream. So I basically use my screen reader to navigate the navigate like internet, navigate my just everything. So I usually just, the way I do it is I set up the live stream the night before, so I just click the go live thing. And what I do is I take the, I turn off my camera because I just want to use my avatar right now. Like, I've obviously from my eye changing video, I'm not ashamed to have my face out there, but I think it's just more fun to have the avatar. And like I said, like I learned how to use a computer as a kid. So I just basically, with the advent of the screen reader, it's especially with Mac, because they've coded it to go with their program, like they wrote it themselves. So Macs are pretty accessible right out of the box. Unfortunately, PCs aren't as accessible that way. So unfortunately, I had to spend a bit extra money on the Mac. However, that's okay. I like the Mac. It's the only problem is using what's it called? Oh, what's the matter, Logan? What was I gonna say? So I basically just rely on the screen reader, and any of my videos, what's it called? So I basically, shit, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to keep up with chat. I was not born blind, Aries. Well, close enough. I was 6 months old. Heathcote, Ontario. I have no idea, Pinkalo. No idea. It sounds like you're going on an adventure. So I caught the measles from an unvaccinated kid, and I was too young to be vaccinated. So I ended up going blind at 6 months old because of that. And I went to public school, so whenever they went to the computer lab to learn how to use Microsoft Paint and all that stuff, I learned how to use a computer with a screen reader and learned how to type. Oh dear, Logan. You need more food? Do you need more cheese? Cheese! So yes, Aries, as a baby, I lost my sight. And so for school, I went to public school and learned how to use a computer while they were learning how to use Microsoft Paint and all that fun stuff. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So streaming's a lot easier for me to do by myself than video editing, which is why, shout out to Pinkalo. Pinkalo edits all of my videos for me. So what I do is I record audio in QuickTime because I have a Mac. So I use QuickTime to record the audio, and then Pinkalo edits the videos for me. And I've got about, poor Pinkalo, I have 4 different things recorded for 4 different videos. So he's got a lot of editing ahead of him, poor guy. So yeah, shout out to Pinkalo for editing everything. Yes, vaccinate your children, Zaklonby, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's really shitty. It's hard. It can be hard to, like, I'm used to being blind, right? So it's not too hard for me, but there are some times where I get frustrated about the limitations that I have, and I have to adapt, right? And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these streams and the videos, because getting hired is next to impossible. People would rather hire someone in a wheelchair or a deaf person. What, more? Okay. Mommy should just stop putting the cheese away then. I really, it's, so I that's why I'm doing this channel. That's why I have the Patreon. That's why I have the Streamlabs. And it's really hard for me it was very hard for me to decide to set that all up, because I don't want to feel like I'm begging for money, but I also don't want to sit on disability forever. And I'm really good at talking to people. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy live streaming. I enjoy like everything about this. So I'm like, you know what? Why not make a YouTube channel that's like a small radio show or newspaper type format where I have, you know, my rants and opinion pieces and live streams. And you know, I would eventually like to start doing some covers of songs, because I do play instruments as well, and I'm getting back into playing the guitar, and I'm doing a lot of practicing right now because I'm nowhere near good enough to start recording anything yet. But I have big plans for this channel, and like that's why I've got the Streamlabs and stuff set up. Yes, I did have a plan. Pincalo's right about doing like a blind boot camp type thing for people who lost their sight, and for like caregivers of people who lost their sight, because a lot of problems with blind people and the I can't do it syndrome is their caregivers, because their caregivers freak out, especially if a parent is, you know, they realize their child is blind. I'm the female Philly T. Hi, Hammer. But yeah, that's so that this is it was gonna be something like to try and get to try and teach blind people that they aren't useless, and try and teach their caregivers not to do everything for them. I just didn't have the resources to start that, so this is my substitute. This is what I do. Like, I talk to people. So out of Aries, that's a really good question. My eyes, like as you saw in the video, are completely acrylic. So honestly, the best way I can liken my vision is, imagine that you have been told to close your eyes, and then somebody puts like a blindfold over your eyes, and then somebody puts black duct tape over that. So literally nothing gets in, nothing is, like, it's just blank. And it's really hard to articulate that, right? Because how do you describe seeing nothing? Just like, how would you describe seeing everything, right? If I were to ask you, what's it like for you to see? If you were to actually try and describe to me what it's like to see, you would be like, well, you just see, right? Like, it's hard to do. And it's pretty much the same thing for being blind. It's hard to describe what lack of sight is to somebody who can see, just like trying to describe the ability to see to somebody who has none. Blacker than dark matter, yes. Yes, exactly. Life, it's interesting, Aries, for a blind person. It's got there are lots of interesting stories to tell. There's lots of there's lots of things that I get to do, and like I can read Braille, and like that's the cool thing is that Braille is counted as a language. So, you know, technically I am bilingual because I can read and write in Braille. Not to mention being able to speak a bit of Spanish and all that, and French. That's a good question, Zach. Wow, I never thought of that. Wow. You've stumped me. you've really stumped me. I don't know. Kind of, yeah. It's wow, that's a really good question, Zach. I know that when I like when I get migraines and whatever, I can feel my heartbeat behind my eyes. That's always fun. Um, yeah, that's always an interesting one, and I wonder if that's anything to do with. You've been thinking about stuff since the last stream, Zach. Well, that's fine. I plan on doing some questions in every stream since I keep getting these subs, right? And there's always questions, and I don't mind answering questions. I really don't. I'm not one of those people that gets offended. You would have to do a lot of work to offend me. Oh God, what did I just say? Now Gunfox is gonna do it. Oh no, just kidding, Gunfox. Fun. I love doing this stuff, and I love answering questions with people, and it is so fun to do this live streaming and talking to people, and it's great. Let's see. If anyone got any more questions, I'm yeah, challenge accepted. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I'm in Sinatra's streams all the time, Gunfox. I love those donations, especially because he has TTS on. So you're basically making his computer say horrible, horrible shit, and it's awesome. I love it. I'm probably going to end at 11 or 5 after 11 because I have something called orientation and mobility at 11:30, which that is something that is taught to blind people. It starts out, if they lose their sight as children, it starts out in children at small age. And that starts by, they teach you how to use a cane properly. They teach you how to, they teach you your cardinal directions. They, as you get older, you learn how to cross streets and tell the different types of intersection. You learn how to plan a route somewhere by yourself. And as an adult, you just continue those skills, and they help you learn routes that may be a bit difficult at first. Like right now, I'm learning how to get to the grocery store in my neighborhood, and the parking lot is the part that I really need help working on. So that's what we are doing. So yeah, that's another thing that, oh, thanks for stopping by, Churchy. I'm almost done anyway, so you're not going to miss much. Yes, I will be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you very much, Zach. That's awesome for you to do that. So yeah, Gunfox, if you ever want to make my computer or my phone say, or my computer say awful shit, I can unplug my headphones and I don't have Streamlabs OBS because they don't have one for the Mac because it's still in beta, and regular OBS doesn't play well with my screen reader. Like, I can read all of the buttons, but then when I go to use my keyboard to activate the button, it won't do anything. Basically, if I were to use OBS, I would need Pincalo to set up all of my scenes for me and all of my transitions and all, yeah, so that's why I just use Google Hangouts. Well, thank you very much, Aries. That's a lot. That means a lot. Yeah, I never run over the kumite. I watch it too, so it's not something I want to run into. And they came in and said hi to me in my stream, so I'm not going to be a dick and stream over them. But yeah. Food the baby. The baby just got more food. Are you gonna eat this last piece of cheese, buddy? Cheese. Cheese. Where's your milk? Here's your milk. Here, you're probably thirsty. But yeah, if I can remind my O&M instructor not to dox my name, I may do a I'm actually lying. Oh dear. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap up here in a minute. I'm just going to just check a couple of things really quick. But please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe everything. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, my screen reader distracted me. Thanks for coming and watching. If you feel you can, please think about becoming a patron or donating to Streamlabs. Any amount helps. It's amazing that you guys are willing to help me out, and thank you to Stargazer for the sub. Thank you to Aries C for the sub. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the show. And like I said, the links for Streamlabs and Patreon are in the description. There is also a link to a petition to Valve Corporation to try and make Steam more accessible to blind gamers. You can use your screen name if you don't want to put your real name there and dox yourself. That's what I did. I created it as Blind Press. So please think about looking at that and giving a sign. And thanks again for coming and watching and enjoying the news and asking some awesome questions. We will see you on Friday, and Friday's guest will be Skep Talk. I've got him lined up. He's an awesome member of Minions of the Zoo. Check out that stream at 10:30 Central every night, 11:30 Eastern. And we'll catch you all in the Kumite later. Fright power and hail that whale, and we will see you all on Friday.